before we start this video, a big shout out to LTA for adding this lovely comment on my previous video. If you hadn't seen that video already, then click on the top right hand corner of the screen to watch it. Now, some of you may be wondering, what the hell are you talking about? This comment wasn't there. Well, he deleted it, that's why, but it showed up on my iPad, and I get to show it on my channel because it's mine, and I get to decide what to show and what not to show. Hello folks, and welcome back to F1 2019 career mode. Hope you like my new intro. If you don't, then I'm keeping it. No, that's a joke. If you don't like it, then just let me know in the comments. For this weekend we're heading to Monaco for what is possibly the best race of the year. Now, as you can see here, we're doing a 50% race rather than the normal 25%, because it's good to have a change, isn't it? And also, you might not have seen it, but if you did, you would have noticed that the practice sessions are 45 minutes long rather than the usual half an hour, and that gives me more time to be able to complete the practice programs, because yeah, it only takes one practice session now, whereas usually I'll just have to take FP1 and FP2. But anyway, as you can see here, all three upgrades coming for this race have been completed successfully. Now, the engine upgrade wasn't exactly important for Monaco, but it's nice to have it anyway. As you can see here, we're making some inroads on Red Bull Racing. They haven't upgraded their car for this Grand Prix. And you know what? Haas has actually made some big upgrades as well, but not as big as ours, as you can see. So anyway, let's just head into practice, and now head out of practice, because we've finished it. Anyway, there you can see, we've perfected all of the practice for... Hang on. I thought there were 6 practice programs. Oh well. That's strange. Never mind. Let's just skip past this reputation stuff and simulate the rest of the practice sessions. And as you can see, obviously not the most amount of resource points that you could get, but overall 77 is definitely enough, considering that I can't be bothered to complete all 3 practice programs after... No, hang on. No, I mean, since I can't be bothered to complete all 3 practice sessions because I've already completed the practice programs. What am I doing, eh? Well, let's just move on to qualifying. But before we do that, we are going to put in the new engine, which I forgot to do in one of my episodes. If you want to see which one it is, then click on the pop-up banner in the top right. And as you can see, the R&D upgrades, and next one is coming for Canada, it's the major chassis upgrade, and I reckon that would really help. But anyway, as I was saying, putting in the new engine, well, new bits of the engine, because some of them were already new enough. Might as well just fit a new control electronics part as well, since I can. As for the gearbox, in the last episode, it was really rather worn out. If you want to see that episode, then click on the pop-out banner in the top right. But I don't want to take a gearbox penalty, so I'm going to risk it. Because, well, at the time I thought that Monaco wouldn't be too bad, but it proved me wrong later in the video. So let's just head into qualifying first. As you can see, the race results haven't been the best. They're all top 10 finishes, but we can definitely do better than that, and qualifying will be quite a big part of it here in Monaco.
Here we are at one one of the most difficult circuits on the racing calendar. Welcome to Monaco for today's Formula One qualifying. I want to talk briefly about the strategy in these qualifying sessions. Anthony Davidson, how can a driver adjust their approach to gain those critical extra tenths of a second?
Well, qualifying isn't about adjusting your approach necessarily, it's more about trying to repeat a low fuel run that you've practiced prior to this session. You're looking for perfection on the lap, and that's hard to achieve if you're trying something new. There are some variables that can stand in your way, however. Track position or unexpected yellow flags, for example. Coupled with ever-changing track conditions, it's important to be out there at the right moment. But as a driver, you have to try and ignore these distractions and just keep your mind focused on that one perfect lap.
And there we go. Now we're in the car again for qualifying. And here as you can see, we chose the balanced tyre allocation. We're running minimal fuel. Here's my setup. Note it down if you want to. Now I'm just adjusting the differential. Important in Monaco. Yeah, if you want, you can note it down. I have to say, this setup is really good, and hopefully it's good for you as well. I'm running no assists because I feel that's the best thing to do. Makes you, as you remove assists, it makes you faster. Talking of being fast, if you want to know how to be like really fast, then click on the pop right banner at the top right hand corner of the screen to learn on F1 2020 how to do exactly that. And as you can see, we're fast forwarding time because Q1 will not be an issue for us because our car is far quick enough. But yeah, now is a good time to get out of the garage. But anyway, end of Q1, we actually topped out that session by half a tenth over not Charles Leclerc, that's his teammate. I mean, Sebastian Vettel. Lando Norris squeezes through to Q2 by a tenth and a half. And there you go. I'm actually really surprised that we topped out Q1. I mean, the AI don't push in Q1 in the early sessions, but we're running AI 100, so they ain't no slouch. But anyway, Q2, much more predictable results. We're P5 and 6. We did use the medium tyre because that would give us a better strategy for the race. But once again, our rival, Alexander Albon, gets knocked out of Q2. Wonder what's happened there to the Red Bull. But anyway, as for what happened to the other Red Bull, he basically topped it off by going quickest. But here we're now in Q3, and I'm going to take you for my onboard lap. This was a really good lap, just to give you a quick hint. But here we go, getting a good exit out of the final corner into Saint-Devote. You can clip that quite a lot if you wanted, because track limits, they're quite harsh on time trial for that corner, but not so much on career mode qualifying. Casino Square and all the rest of it, quite good. A bit of oversteer out of the previous corner, and now into the very tight hairpin, locking up a little bit, but my setup has a very nice steering angle, so you can always turn back in on the corner. Now heading into the tunnel, putting it into hot lap mode for the ERS, and now into the Nouvelle chicane. Getting very close to the walls, that's always the fastest way to go. And now into the swimming pool chicane, very nice. And now into Rascasse. How do we do here? Locking up a little bit. Locking up is really easy into Rascasse, but through the final corners, that felt like a pretty decent lap in my opinion, and it certainly was. 1 minute 10.3. Now, if you don't know much about Monaco, that is super quick. And as you can see there, letting Vettel go on his hot lap, because we don't need to
we can take you this lap.
improve on that until now. There we go, this is my second outing for Q3. But as you can see, it's actually started raining, so the grip is nowhere near as good as it could be. So I just decided to abort that lap, really. But anyway, the results. Oh, okay, it seems like I didn't manage to capture the results, but you'll see the results on the starting grid for the race, that section of the race, that beginning bit, you know what I mean. But anyway, as you can see, we're actually drawing with Alexander Albon in the rivalry, getting a good amount of resource points, reputations, don't need to worry about that. Yep.
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
Yep, as Emma hinted just there, she just said that's a very good qualifying result. So you'll see what result I got once I click onto the race button. And here we go. Let's just get into it, shall we?
A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That was how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean Sea. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars will climb around 40 metres up the hill, past the casino, and then descend downwards towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of the 19 corners at Saint-Devote. And don't expect to see much overtaking here today.
Oh really, Crofty?
And it's an
look there, you can see our
absolute
car
pleasure to
over
be
there.
joined once again by Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about homes. As with all the drivers at this level, they have a lot of ambition. But Formula One's a daunting step up from any other series, so expectations are high right from the start.
And this is something that has ended the career of many a young driver, as that leap up to Formula
Oh, not
One
again,
proves to
don't
be
say
too
that,
much.
Anthony Davidson.
But luckily in this case, I'd say they're doing a good solid job, and the risk the team took in signing them is definitely starting to pay off.
Thank you. But anyway, here we go for the starting grid. And who's on pole position? Well, you probably already know. Here we are. We're ahead of the second place by over a second. Very nice.
Verstappen and Ricciardo, Raikkonen, Norris, Bottas, and Lucas
Norris does pretty well as well. Well, Bottas is in P9. What's happened to him?
Perez, Gasly, George Russell, and Robert Kubica, Hülkenberg, and Devon Butler starts from the back of the grid.
Haha.
And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, it's a short run to Saint-Devote, and you know what Monaco's like, so try to defend this lead.
Indeed, we will. But anyway, as for the strategy, we're doing softs to hards. No, sorry, mediums to hards, what we're talking about. We're not going to be running too much fuel because it's not really necessary. So we're just going to knock it down to 33.8 kilos. Oh, it's the same glitch again. There we go, that's better. And going through the setup again, no need to change anything really. You might have noticed that I've changed my brake bias to 56. I felt that worked better. But anyway, formation lap, we half stalled.
We're not seeing any technical issues coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want to bog down.
We certainly do not want to bog down, just like what I kind of did just then. But another thing that we want to do is warm up the tyres, because they are absolutely freezing. were they even in the blankets? I thought those blankets kept the tyres preserved to 100 degrees. Oh well. Yep, as you can see, we're actually doing some burnouts to try and warm up the rear tyres and the front tyres, obviously. There you go, now the rear tyres are warm. Now let's focus on getting the front warm.
Conditions are looking good.
But don't worry, I got them warm in the end. But let's just line up on the grid, shall we? Here we go, we've stopped on the grid, let's just get on with it. And here we go, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. As you can see, we do get a pretty good start compared to the AI. Hamilton does not, on the other hand. And Vettel has already got past him, and as with Leclerc as well. But Hamilton did catch him back. But anyway, the most important thing is, we are still in the lead of this Grand Prix. Good start. As you can see, I'm actually saving the ERS and the fuel, sort of, because we will definitely need that later on. As you can see, I'm actually trying to look after the gearbox as well, not trying to change too aggressively. Well, I say that, but I've changed into 7th gear. Yeah. But anyway, coming through to the swimming pool chicane, we're still in the lead. We've already built a half-second lead over Vettel. And yeah, life is looking good for us at the moment. And that already is the end of the first lap out of 39 laps. Fastest lap of the Grand Prix, that's always the same. Always for the person on pole position, they always get fastest lap on lap 1. As for lap 2, well, we don't know yet. But we will never know, because on lap 6, you can see there, George Russell has retired from the session, but it's not going to affect our race, isn't it? Let's just find him and see what happened. Is that George Russell? No, wait a minute, 88? That's not George Russell. Where's George Russell? No. He's... there, no. There he is, there. It's this person. That's just engine failure. Oh, well, that's disappointing for him. Anyway, let's get back to our own race, shall we? Still in the lead, that's important. We've also got fastest lap. In fact, we're leading by quite a lot compared to Sebastian Vettel. And as you can see, we're already starting to run out of fuel, so I think what I'd have to do is run in lean for the rest of this race.
You've lost access to one of the gears.
Oh no,
You've
not
lost
again.
one of the gears due to a fault.
We've lost the gear. We've lost 5th gear again. Oh dear. That's not good. Obviously. There you go. 4th straight to 6th. Nothing I can do about that. And you have to be really careful on the downshifts when you're braking into a corner, because if you change from 6th to 4th too early, that will be a massive bit of oversteer for you.
Okay, bad news on the gearbox. The team are trying everything they can think of, but they're not optimistic. Just keep at it, do your best. That's all we can ask.
Well, that's some positive news from Jeff, isn't it? Frustrating, but anyway, let's just get on with the race. On to lap 11, exactly the same spot, in fact. Into the swimming pool. That was a massive bit of oversteer on the exit of whatever corner that was. So, yeah, we're going to have a look at a replay from the exterior. In fact, this is a helicopter view. There you go, swimming pool chicane. And the backhand just steps out. Luckily, we managed to save that. But, yeah, that did seem like quite a good drift, in fact. But Monaco Grand Prix is not about drifting, isn't it? We're focusing on racing. Although, oh, another good thing is, that 5th gear has returned, but we're getting a lot of oversteer. Like that's why the rear tyres are really rather hot, 107 degrees. I mean, if you may have heard quite a few times on this game that as long as you keep the tyres below 105 degrees, then they should be okay. But as you can see, that's certainly, well, it's not underneath 105 at all, so it's not okay. But they'll cool down, they usually cool down on the straight, so let's see if we can cool them down in the tunnel section. Rear left is okay, now the rear right should be okay, so everything's okay. But on lap 12, no, hang on, that was the same lap, whatever. That certainly was not okay, because I mean, that's not a great angle on the camera, but you can just about see that we nearly crashed into the barrier, basically. Encouraging news, but anyway, your back end steps out again through the swimming pool chicane, and is the rear tyres hot? Yes, they are. What a surprise. Yeah, no, you know what, the rears are coming up to 110 degrees, which is certainly not ideal, but in the tunnel section they're cooling down a little bit. But is it going to be any use? Into the Novell chicane. Are we going to make the same mistake as we did before? Yes, we do. And we actually hit the barrier. We're having to reverse. We've lost quite a chunk of time there. But anyway, as you can see, Lewis Hamilton's actually behind us, so Vettel's made his pit stop already. But you can see on this camera, yeah, we do actually hit the barrier very lightly, but since we're on vehicle damage full rather than simulation, it's not too bad. And as you can see, the rear tyres are hot, so a bit of oversteer on the exit as well. A lot of oversteer on the exit, and a lot of temperature in the rear tyres. That's encouraging to see. As you can see, we checked the damage. Front wing looks okay, so what doesn't look okay is the rear tyres, so something we need to watch out for. We're heading on to lap 14 now. And what's going to happen into Sandevot? Yeah, we're looking after the rear tyres, and now they're starting to cool down, so yeah. Anyway, we're having a look at the race director, because it looks like Sebastian Vettel's gone from softs to mediums. Now, at this point, I mean, I noticed that a lot of drivers were doing the same strategy, but even our teammate Lando Norris was doing that strategy, and at that time I actually thought that they were doing a two-stop strategy, because that's what it said on the alternative strategy on my screen at the beginning of the race. But well, we'll see what strategy. We'll see what actually happens towards the end. Will they be able to stretch the mediums to right to the finish? Who knows? Well, I know, but just making.
Pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach.
Yeah, lap 18, we're going to switch to the hard tyres. And here we go. Into the box. Hard tyres are going on. Good stop, 2.1 seconds. Obviously, it might not be quick enough to keep Vettel behind, because yeah, he's already gone past, and even Hamilton's gone past as well.
We want to finish the race on this compound.
Yeah, we've lost the position, but it's okay. We'll hopefully be able to claw them back. I mean, like, what could possibly go wrong? Well, one thing that's going wrong is the fuel, because we're starting to run out of it. So I think the best way to save it is to just run in lean for the rest of this race. And we make that same mistake in the Novell chicane again. Okay, that's something we definitely need to start working on in the future. Well, I mean, for this race actually as well, because that's costing us quite a lot of time. Cost us more time last time, but you know what I mean. Anyway, we're skipping on to lap 25. We're getting... Are we going to go down the inside? No! We hit his rear right tyre and obtain a bit of front wing damage as well. Oh, we get DRS on him though. But those two cars are really quick in a straight line. We're not going to be able to catch them. We're even with that engine upgrade, we still need more upgrades for that part. Anyway, skipping on to lap 27, we're going to try and make the move work into the swimming pool chicane. Are we going to go round the outside? We tried, but it's not worked. Not working for us. Okay, let's try again on lap 28. This time we're side by side out of the swimming pool chicane and into Raskas. We do manage to get past him, leaving space for the final corner, and that is it. We're into P2. And if that's not a worth a replay, I don't know what is. So let's have a look. Here we go, side by side, out of the swimming pool chicane, into Raskas. We touch wheels a few times, but there you go. We have got P2 in our hands now. But that Mercedes is quick in a straight line. He didn't manage to get us back though, because the McLaren's not slow either. But anyway, on lap 35, are we going to go for the same move that we did on Hamilton? We're side by side again, and round the outside, are we going to make it? We're touching wheels again, but out of the final corner, yes, we managed to get the lead of the Grand Prix. And here's a replay, here we go, side by side, and that is it. That is the lead of the Monaco Grand Prix. Same move as we did last time, but here we go. Is he going to try and claw back the position? That Ferrari is so quick in a straight line. He's managed to catch us on the straight, even without DRS. We had DRS on him, but we'd already passed him. But we definitely need to work on the engine power. But for now, we've got the lead of the Grand Prix. And are we going to be able to keep it? Lap 37, what happens here? Oh, we're actually starting to lap people. But
Okay, the gearbox is running a fault. Shift speeds will be reduced.
an issue with the gearbox. The shift speeds have been reduced dramatically. Show you what I mean. There you go. I pulled the paddle literally 5 seconds ago, and then it changes gear then. Like I pulled the paddle now, and now it changes to second. This is just ridiculous. I can't. This is not going to work. I'm pulling the paddle now, and now it changes gear. We're definitely going to have to try and nurse this car back home. As the gear changes are just not good enough. We're going. At the time, I just decided just screw it. Keep it in 6th gear for the rest of the race. A bit like what Ayrton Senna did in Brazil. And just pray that it works. But then I ran out of time, had to do a mid-session save. Then when I came back, guess what happened? The gearbox fixed itself. So thanks to the mid-session save, we're okay. The gearbox is fine. But by this time I'm very, very rusty with the game because between that break on the mid-session save and then coming back, I was probably like 5 days or something like that.
Battery charge is low. If we turn down the ERS deployment, we can harvest more energy.
Now I'm rusty, 2 laps to go. Hopefully we can keep the lead. I mean, although we are on the harder tyre, we're still over a second ahead of Vettel. So let's just hold this lead and see if it would work. And we're actually about to lap Nico Hulkenberg.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
or as Lando Norris once called him, Nico Hunkelberg. Nice. But, anyway, although I was quite rusty, the laps didn't go too badly, and on the final lap, here we are. Out of the low chicane, I actually just broke my front wing, quite badly in fact. But we don't need to worry about that anymore, because as I said before, last lap,
Gap behind is 1.8 seconds.
and there's no more cars in front of me, no more cars, well, I mean there are cars behind me, but they're far away. And here we go, rounding the final corner. Hamilton and Vettel are being held up by Nico Hulkenberg, and we are going to take the checkered flag as the first driver.
Absolutely awesome. Just amazing. Well done.
That's our first ever win on career mode in Season 1 at Monaco.
Beautiful performance from McLaren today. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, they certainly stood out as a drive with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
I absolutely cannot believe it.
Our winning drivers are on their way to the podium right now. It's been a fantastic race for McLaren, that's for sure, and no doubt they'll be celebrating tonight.
Indeed, we will be celebrating tonight. I mean, look at that. McLaren on the top step of the podium. I can't... That was truly incredible. I knew the McLaren car had a lot of potential in its hands, but to take the win at Monaco in Season 1 is just incredible. What an achievement.
So, let's
What a
review the
race.
drivers' standings. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Let's focus on
Wait a
the
minute,
driver of the
it's a
day.
great result for Lewis
Anthony
Hamilton,
Davidson.
and
who do you pick?
he
My driver of
came
the day was Devon Butler. He did
P3
an amazing
from
job pushing
P2
through the field,
on the
cementing
grid.
his growing reputation for ruthlessly
Devon
running
Butler's
down
the
those
driver
top
of the day, but
positions.
It's time to
he's
see how
P16,
things are
mate.
shaping up in the Constructors' Championship.
And he
The lead at
started
the top
last,
comes
the
down after a
P16, that's
strong
not
weekend
that
from
good
the
in fact.
challenging pack.
Although I suppose that
Meanwhile,
overtaking at
Renault
Monaco
move up
is
the
pretty
table
hard.
with another strong performance this weekend.
As you can see in the standings, we
Another
shoot up
fantastic
to
weekend of racing.
P4
Thanks to
in the
everyone who
standings.
joined us,
I mean, Lando
and we'll
Norris
see you
remained
for
in
the next
P8,
one.
but still very good results for the team. We're actually starting to catch up to Red Bull Racing and leaving Racing Point in the dust. And looking at the race director, medium to hard strategy, it was definitely not in favour of us because the rest of the field did soft to medium, but wow, we pulled off the win. Now as you can see there was no highlights that we could watch because of the mid-session save, but more on that later for the end of the video.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You took the top points today. Was it a comfortable win?
Well, the car was certainly very good. The downforce upgrades that we had... Oh, hang on, I said
Well,
I'll praise
looks
the
like
engine.
your
I
luck
mean
has
the engine
changed.
upgrades that we
Things
had
went
were
a lot better
really good.
than last weekend, didn't they?
Well, I mean last weekend wasn't exactly terrible, but the aero packages that we brought into Monaco were pretty good, to say
You're
the least.
surpassing all expectations. Can anything or anyone stop you?
Well, if there's something that blocks me, then yeah.
You've had experience with Devon's fast, aggressive style.
Not
Any
fast, but
advice
aggressive,
for the drivers
yes.
he passed today?
Well, first of all, Devon Butler is not fast, he's just aggressive. But anyway, the advice, you just have to be really determined.
Appreciate your time.
Yep, there we go, that's it. And, well, I think that's definitely a weekend that we can remember. As for the rivalries, we are definitely doing really well. We've won the rivalry against our teammate, and we're leading it against Alexander Albon. But there you go. That is the win of the Grand Prix. We've got loads of resource points coming our way. 1,093 from this race alone. Or partly because 500 of them came from the team goal, which is to complete 6 practice programs. The next time we do a contract negotiation, I think I should change the team goals to a hard one, because
on the podium. It's thoroughly deserved.
that one's too
We were
easy.
sweating those last few laps on the pit wall, but you brought it home.
Looks like one of your rivals is also going to an upcoming historical event. If you choose to take him on, it might help get your name out there a bit.
Well, first of all, I was sweating on those last few laps as well, as Jeff said. And secondly, we are going to be doing the invitational event. There'll be another video on that, maybe next week, maybe the week after, depends on what happens, but there you go. We're now going to go into the R&D screen, what am I talking about, or are we? Oh, actually, yeah, of course, the gearbox, 92% wear, that's why I was driving a bit, oh, hang on, if we order a new one for Canada, it says we don't get penalty. Well, we'll see about that in the next episode, but that is nice. That's very nice. But anyway, as I said before, we're going to do an R&D upgrade, and as I said, the engine is one thing that we definitely need to improve, so that's exactly what we're doing. We're going for an engine power upgrade, which will be coming for France, a track that I quickly want to forget. If you want to know why, click on the pop-out banner in the top right-hand corner of the screen. I promise you'll probably feel my pain. But anyway, durability, something that we might want to work on, but for now it's actually okay, so I'm going to focus it on the aerodynamics. I'm going to do the rear downforce diffuser upgrade, because I realised that it could it could unlock that major upgrade in the middle. So that's all we're going to be doing, and 2 of those upgrades will be coming for Canada, the aerodynamics and the chassis, the major chassis upgrade. And I expect big things to happen to the car, because if they succeed, I'm sure the car will turn into a beast. But already this car's a beast, as you saw in today's race, because yeah, the car just felt amazing. It was so much quicker than the rest. I might raise the AI difficulty actually, because yeah, I need a bit of a challenge. But anyway, the invitational event that I'll do next episode will be the overtaking challenge, because I've already done the other type of challenge and I wanted to drive something new. Also, as you can see in the messages, this message is not the same one that we've always been seeing. This is the trophy from the Monaco Grand Prix, the Monaco Career Champion. Now, if you ever manage to see my profile, which you're about to see now, I'm going to be putting that trophy into the trophy cabinet, the favourite trophies one. There you go. It'll stay there. I will not remove it, and it will stay close to my heart as well. Now, as I was saying, for the end of the video, because there's no highlights, I'm just going to be showing you my hot lap around Monaco. It's not the same one that I did in qualifying, it's a night one just for a bonus for you guys. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. You might also recognise that this lap was actually, bits of it was actually in the intro of this video. So yeah, nice to see, isn't it? But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash that like button. Or don't literally smash it. Be kind to the like button, it's important. But you know what I mean, just smash it. Anyway, also please subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell icon as always to make sure you receive every notification, and share this channel, this video, whatever you want. But for now, it's goodbye. For next week, we'll be doing some more some more content. Yep, they'll come out every week now.